So, uh, this is a workflow of how to go about cutting footages for aerial footages for stocks and in general as well. First of all, make sure that selection follows playhead is selected, and then for my keyboard layout, Z is for cutting back, X is for cutting in front, and then C is the normal one. Okay, and then I've kept W for nesting. Okay, so uh, for all these stock footages, what I generally do is I have these presets, three presets: Mavic Air Darken, Mavic Air 2, Mavic Air Aerial. These three that I've been using. So generally, in this case, we have two clips. So this clip is void. So let's just stick to the this clip. Okay. So it depends on the time of the day when the footage has been filmed to actually get what you want. So generally I go with Mavic Air 2. I'm going to share these presets with you so that you can use them too. So I place that on top, and then as I go about and see wherever I need to reduce, we will reduce and fix the workflow. Okay. So here we go. So this is to teach you how to do it fast. And so for just so here, normally the first takeoff, I just cut it here. We go on at the reveal. If there's no light, see here the light changed. So we can go here, start from here, and go. So it stops here. So just right before it stops, we see, cut it, and then so this is the time when either static. So also for stocks, you have to keep some things in mind. It has to be minimum 5 seconds. So for example, this is a static shot. If I want to use it and I go and see, so this is 3 seconds, so I can't use it. So option delete. And maximum we can keep it to up to 20 to 24 seconds in case of aerial only, because you're going in a direction, but not more than that. In that case, if it's longer, for example, if you come across a footage where it's flying towards something or left, right, dolly, what you can do is you can cut this clip in two, okay. So here we have the movement again upwards. The color looks nice. So we're gonna go through the colors again right at the end. So here we have a slight movement up and then forward before it goes forward. So this one we can use because about 6 seconds. And then before it moves forward, we cut a little bit just to smoothen it as soon as the movement starts. And stop here and cut it. Here you see it looking. So now in terms of pan, we see how smooth the pans are. Like in this case, it's sometimes the pans are done by me, or the other case is when I'm looking for a spot. So this one can be used. So we need to salvage as much as we can out of these footages. Again, this is a static shot, so we can cut it and see, okay, 7 seconds can. Movement starts, so we cut it from the movement. And then we can go like till here, cut it. So as soon as the movement starts, we know, okay. So this one is not a pan, it's just looking for a place for a shot. And so these looking portions, when I'm looking for a spot, for the composition, then we cut it. So here we see the movement starts again. Here, about here to the right. Stop somewhere around here. So then again, this is looking only. The movement starts. So again, Z. Stop here. So again, C. And do the slide band up. No light differences. This is a nice band. Eagle band. So before that, this is another clip. And just before it starts, we tweak it a little bit so it's more smooth. For all movement shots, start when the movement starts. So here we have movement. Yeah, about here. And then we move left, we move to the right. This is moving to the right. And we can cut it here. Stop here. So cut it a little bit before it stops. Just keep the movement from the start of the movement. The end also should keep on moving. So here we have a band which starts around here. So we just cut it before that. The band is usable. Here we have the band city. So it cuts here, so we can just cut it here as well. And you can check, this is about 9 seconds, so that's good. So then again, we can just tweak it a little bit and then move on. So for example, this stops here and check. Okay. So it is 5 seconds, and that's okay. So this is not a band. This is just looking. We can cut here. So we're gonna go up now. A little bit more. So I have this recording going on, that's why we have a bit of lag as well. Generally it's a smoothie. Just to show you guys. So right now we're going up. Stops here. Cut here. Then again, this is just looking for composition. Cut here. See, okay, it's static. So these would be static shots. So this should be about 5, yeah. So the movement starts, so we could extend this a little bit. And here the movement starts. Yeah, big change, big change. And just before that, we got it. Clean it up. Got it. So that's before that. Movement. So the movement starts about a little bit. We can stretch. Just sometimes, the clips are like just about 5 seconds. So just to salvage those clips, you make sure you double check. Yeah. Okay. So you got it. We've taken our position. Again, fixing position, composition, and then cut. This, as you can see, is quite, it just started moving down. So if we cut it here and just check, so yeah, 5 seconds just before the movement starts, or when the movement starts, we cut it. Moving, moving. Yeah, so we cut it here. Now it's moving back. So for every movement, moving forward, back, down, left, right, uh, it we make it a different shot. See here again, as soon as the angle changes, we cut it. Here it starts. This is too small, so we're just gonna let it go. Here we go. This is moving to the left, totally left, and stops. Got it. And then move to the right. And you see, I tweak a little bit in the middle because that's when I stop and start again, so to avoid the jerks, and so it's a smoothie. Sometimes you need to place a warp stabilizer on this. That's on windy situations. So it stops here, or we can extend this a little bit. So this, as you can see, is a nice static. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop here, cut here. So we start a pan here. No, it's not a pan, just composition. So as soon as the pan, this, we can keep this one like there. Let's cut here. So here we have the movement. Okay. Moving forward and up at the same time. Stops here. Cut it. So this is like framing again. Stop. Cut. Clean as you go. So that's much easier. Again, clean as you go. Here you go. The movement starts. So let's start the a little bit more. Stops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make sure you try to salvage the static shots. So like in this case, 5 seconds. And so now we have left movement. Stops here. Cut it. It's a little bit smaller, maybe. Helps. Yeah. Helps. So we have the left movement. Stops here. Cut here. Then go to the right, I believe. So starts here. Cut here again. Stops here. Cut again. So there's actually stops here. So extend this halfway, not all the way, so that the jerk of stopping is not there. And then this one is a slight tilt, which is usable, so we can use that. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so the movement starts. I stop it there. I cut whatever we have at the back, and then we take the movement. So far the lighting seems okay. The Maverick Air 2 but we will tweak it. So yeah, can you see the movement? Just stop it like before, like here. This one is the usual band. So when the band starts, we start a little bit before. So like you see the fast movement at the end, so we don't want that. So we cut it till it's going smooth till here, a little bit before that. Can we see? Okay, still got 8, so that's more than enough. So in case of like Osmo shots or gimbal shots, thing is there's long movement. So durations are longer. In case of normal DSLR shots, durations are between 7 to 15. In terms of aerial, it's like 10 to 15 to 20. So here again, we're moving back and stop here because I'm about to change. Okay, so it's 5. It's a nice light and no light change. This is good. Then you move back. Okay, this is just looking. This is just compositions. Static starts movement here. Too small. This is slight tilt up, which looks nice also. No light change. So if there's a light change, you cut it the light change. So here there's no light change and you're not facing the sun. This is a good tilt. And then you see, like I stop here and then I fix it. So this fixing is out. And then cut it. Next movement is a slight again fixing. And here's the movement starts here. So tweak it a little bit more. Moving back. Very nice city view. Cut it. So here there's the moving back. I managed to get 2 clips out. So one is 7 seconds and the other one is 12. Usable band. Cut a little bit, tweak it. Move forward. Start it. There the movement starts, so we take some static shot. Tweak it. This is just composition. Again, composition. Here the movement starts. Yep. Again. Yeah. Here it starts. Looks nice. Looks beautiful. And coming down, 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 down. We can cut here. So now this is left and down, very nice, superb. Apollo is Apollo. This is Apollo shot. I still need to get more of this city. Looking. So what I generally do is keep recording throughout, because sometimes I might forget to turn on the record again. So here the movement starts back. So that's why, you're gonna get a piece like this and how to tackle this. So it starts about here, starts going down here. Okay, and sorry about the jerk. I'm recording and doing a lot of things at the same time, but it should go smoothly as long as you have a strong machine. Okay, cut the portions. We have still composition is done. And here's the movement. So here, let's see before the movement, if we cut it. So we don't have a lot, right? So we delete this. Just take it from the movement. Okay, so it stops here or something. Wherever the flow is broken, we have to cut it and tweak it a little bit on the edges. So it's about to finish. Ready. So this one can be used for solve now. So of course, like in most cases, the landing is something and the takeoff is something that's taken away until this is smooth. And here we go. We have one flight sorted. So now these are all the usable clips that we managed to salvage out of this. Okay, so now the next step would be to look into the color correction and see if we can, if we need to tweak it. So we already have sharpen, we already have the effect on. So in most cases it looks completely nice. So no need to do much. But let's see. Yeah, this is okay. But again, you can see, okay, if I increase this to 100, is it nicer? Yep, it's nicer. Same goes for this one. There's a same angle. Just make sure, like, you're not overexposing the clouds and everything looks nice. So let's pause this. This looks nice. This looks nice as well. But again, like if you stop it and see, okay, what if you do this? So this is nicer. This is, so this one, I feel like it's getting overexposed a bit. So let's keep it at 80. snapshot, snapshot, is it the same angle? This one we can go for 100. See how it looks without T. It is, but not too overexposed. 85. Same angle. Same angle. Most of the time, when you on a sunny day, when you top go for the top view, it's much more brighter than the bottom one. Now this one, so you have two options for this. If you look at this, right, and then if you go here and go to Mavic Darken, so you will see the effect. So then you can play around a little bit and see, okay, this is one effect, and then this is an effect. So it looks nice with it, but maybe bring this down to 35. So you see, it gives a bit of a contrast. This one is especially in cases against the sun. So again, darken and go down, make this 35. So it looks much more nicer. This one, you let it be the way it is. It looks nice the way it is as well. So sometimes when I see again silhouette, so what I do is just to give a little bit of different feel, I play around and see. I don't put like the darken effect on all of them. Like for example here, instead of darken, if I go 100, it actually looks nice, but let's go with 85. Same for this one, and same for this one as well. Forward. So here you can see, you know, a little bit on your right. If you notice, you will see. Yeah. So to avoid that, let's do 120. Okay, 110 is okay. And we move it to the right as much as possible. So now the wing is gone. Okay. So make sure the propellers you cannot see. Okay, let's see how we can play around with the colors of this one. So it's like for the workflow, it makes it easier. You know, let's go down from this one. No, 85 is good. For the workflow, it makes it easier to throw in the the color correction beforehand, and then tweak it much faster wherever needed. And then you have sequences which are the same composition. Then you know already that in this case I'm doing 85 with all of these. This sequence is different because it bends down, and as I told you, this would be brighter, as you can see. So you stick to the 65. Same for this one. Same for this one. Same for this one. Let's try darken on this one, yeah. And you see the difference. Colors, like the colors become more, the contrast looks nice, but overdone. So let's go with 25%. So with it, without, with it, without it, with it. So I like this little bit of contrast. Here it's panning up. So this is okay as it is. Maybe we can make this a little bit more. 65 will do. See the composition. So that's how we go about doing color correction. Uh, you can always tweak it in the start as well without before cutting the clips, but I prefer to do it like this. It's more precise, and we're done. Okay, so after this, that once you've done the color correction, the next step is that we render these. To render, what I've done is I will order W for nesting, so it gets easier in terms of nesting. So anyways, so here W. So I've already been working with this project, so it's starting from it's continuing from the last sequence I did. So it starts with 547. So it's very easy. What you do is minimize this, like this size is good, and just click W, enter, click W, enter. And we're done. So we made about 47, 47, about 45, 50 stocks from about every flight. I'm able to take about that amount, 50 is a good number. And then, so yeah. So once you've done this, you simply click and shift, click again, select them all, command M, with no audio, go with Vimeo 2160p 4K, okay, and that's about it. And then you queue it. So once you queue it, in my case, it will open in Adobe Encoder. So this is where the Q files come, as you can see. The files are, we have 2590, so start from the start. So it's still loading up, and you can see that here it's still exporting the data. Almost done here. Let's hit 5, yeah, almost done. 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. That's it. So once this is done, all you have to do is press play and it will start rendering these files. Make sure that these files are organized in folders, and now you can simply close this one. Just save it one time and close. Once it's queued and the nest is there, encoder knows what to do, so that you have less stress, less load on the system. And so as you can see, they already started. This was the actual flight. This is the renders, and these are the renders coming in. And these were the previous renders that I did. That's why we've reached 547. So make sure once you render these, you organize them according to the sequence name, so that these are in a separate renders folder. Okay. So this is how I go about editing, cutting my stocks, aerial stocks, and of course using these and cutting, going workflow faster.